Shri Prashad Soveni, District Governor, District 41, Toastmasters International. Dr. Rita Arora, Shri S.K. Brilliant, Ms. Farida De Silva Dias, Conference Chair, members of the Toastmasters International, Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to be amidst all of you this evening at this glittering function, and I consider it an honor and a privilege to inaugurate this 3-day Oration 2014 conference of the Toastmasters International District 41. I am glad that your organization, Toastmasters International, which is a non-profit educational organization, is actively engaged in the task of inculcating communication and leadership qualities among the people, and particularly the younger generation. Talking of leadership, I would like to at the outset say that the most dangerous leadership myth is that leaders are born and that there is a genetic factor to leadership. This, according to me, is not true at all. And in fact, it is the opposite that is true. Leaders, I feel, are made rather than being born. Similarly, I would not be wrong in saying that communication is a skill that you can learn. It is like riding a bicycle or typing. If you're willing to work at it with sincerity, you can greatly improve the quality of every aspect of your life. It is also a fact that any problem, big or small, within a family, a home, or an office, always seems to start with bad communication, because someone perhaps isn't listening, or perhaps not speaking. Friends, it's heartening to know that you have a worldwide network of 14,500 clubs in 122 countries with 300,000 members, which itself speaks volumes about your visionary efforts. The Toastmasters of District 41, I am told, covers the whole of India except for 3 southern states, with 209 clubs having 5,000 members, and you have continued a tradition of regularly hosting your annual conference in the month of May. It is indeed most appreciable that you have 5 Toastmaster clubs in Goa itself, each having a membership of 40, besides 3 Gavel clubs for members between 7 to 18 years. I'm sure you would, in the forthcoming period, make efforts to spread your net wider in Goa. I'm also deeply impressed that in this conference, you will have a series of education sessions on leadership and communication skills, as well as international speech and speech evaluation contests. And you will be selecting your representatives for the World Championship on Public Speaking to be held in Malaysia later in August. I would therefore like to call upon all members to take advantage of every opportunity to practice your communication skills so that when important occasions arrive, you will have the gift, the style, the sharpness, the clarity, and the emotions to affect and impress other people. All over the world today, there is an ever-increasing quest for improving the quality of the people, not only in their knowledge and capacity, but also in their outlook and vision, so as to ensure future progress and heightened achievements. I am therefore reminded of the very perceptive words of Harry S. Truman, who said, and I quote, "Men make history and not the other way around." In periods where there is no leadership, society stands still. Progress occurs when courageous, skillful leaders seize the opportunity to change things for the better, unquote. Education, as you know, is fundamental to the cause of improving the quality, caliber, and capacity of the people. Unlike in the past, humanity today is facing unprecedented global challenges, when knowledge and leadership capacity is perhaps the most crucial factor for human development. I would therefore like to say that information knowledge, skill upgradation, and training are today the driving factors in changing and growing societies. As you know, sustainable development calls for equitable access to education, knowledge, and information. Knowledge, therefore, occupies a prominent place in the human development discourse, particularly in our country today. Therefore, any efforts to impart knowledge, skill, and leadership qualities, as your organization are doing, are laudable and need to be encouraged. May I therefore say, as someone said, intelligence, knowledge, or experience are important and might get you a job, but strong communication skills are what will get you promoted. I am confident that this is something that you people keep foremost in your objectives. Ladies and gentlemen, as you're aware, capacity building and leadership development, including communication ability, is a huge task before us in our country, which calls for more imaginative thinking, greater cooperation, and focused efforts on the part of several segments of society. There is therefore not only a great challenge for our educational institutions, but also a continuous necessity for which, besides governmental and formal channels, there should be supplementary efforts from the voluntary organization sector, like what you at the Toastmasters International are doing. I sincerely feel that special emphasis should be laid on identifying the talents of the people, critically analyzing and assessing their capacity, and giving them the right kind of skill development inputs and training so that they can grow and excel in their respective fields. I would also like to particularly emphasize that while imparting communication skill upgradation and leadership qualities, our citizens should most importantly also be motivated to adhere to the highest ethical and moral standards which are indispensable for maintaining integrity, openness, and transparency in their chosen professions and spheres of life. I therefore very strongly feel that in a country like ours, which is struggling to improve the conditions of its people, particularly those living in poverty and other social problems, we should have well-intentioned and well-meaning citizens, organizations, and agencies who are capable and willing to do honest, productive work and thereby contribute to the overall well-being of the people and the country. I would like to emphasize that the knowledge and skill that we give to the people, particularly the young ones, should empower them and make them more competitive to face the challenges of society. Needless to say, communication skills are a very important aspect of human development and leadership. We have therefore to find new ways and means to impart entrepreneurship and capacity to our younger generation so that they can emerge as successful leaders in whatever sphere of life they may choose. I am therefore reminded of John Quincy Adams, who most beautifully said, and I quote, "If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader," unquote. This is the type of leadership that I would like our youth to aspire for if India is to find its rightful place in the comity of nations. Friends, I would like to particularly highlight that the present age is a highly competitive one. Globalization is throwing up tremendous pressures and complex challenges in practically every field or activity of life. To compete successfully in this knowledge-based society, we need our citizens to have enough potential and to be highly motivated and knowledgeable. Or in other words, we need a rich human resource bank if we are to ensure adequate progress and development in our country. This is a very huge and challenging task. While there is no doubt that education and skill development are basically the responsibility of the government, I think the voluntary sector, vibrant and forward-looking as they are, can contribute a lot to this important cause. I've always been emphasizing that quality of education and skill training which we impart to the people should help them to achieve perfection in life. They should be able to think logically, analytically, and critically and develop their physical, emotional, intellectual, aesthetic, and moral aspects, which would ultimately give them an honorable living and transform them into noble souls, and thereby they would become an asset to the society. I firmly believe that in whatever field one is in, we must aim for excellence. And excellence, according to me, should not be a destination, but a continuous journey. I have no doubt that if we give quality education and skill and leadership training to the individuals, all of us together will be able to make India a better place to live in, or for that matter, human society would be able to make the world a better place. I'm glad to know that Toastmasters in Goa are contemplating to have 40 clubs by 2016 and a Gavel club in every school. This is a wonderful vision which should be achieved for the betterment of the Goan society. I wish you all success in your endeavors. I would like to conclude with the words of John Maxwell, who said, and I quote, "A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way," unquote. This is the type of leadership that India needs to endeavor to build amongst its citizens in general and the youth in particular. I would like to thank you for inviting me to this function. Jai Hind.